Всем привет! Сегодня проходим снова сюжетку ивенту. И скорее всего последнюю. Поскольку это эпилог. Потом будет основной сюжет, скорее всего, будет с вот этими персонажами. Я так понял, или что. Скорее всего, они будут быстрее, чем основная сюжетка, это логично. Так что приступаем заканчивать вот этот сюжет сам. Основной этот. Потом приступим к самому ивент, блять. Так, ладно. Погнали. Без тормозов, блять. Ну без тормозов уже. Шахтер, сука. Черный экран.
Oh, so that's how it is. Thanks for the suggestions, Mr.
I've long heard that your knowledge encompasses all things old and new, Mr. Zhongli. But I never knew that you were well versed in the art of cooking, too. It is truly an honor to make your acquaintance.
No need for formalities. I too feel humbled to be in the company of such talented young people.
Oh, you flatter us. If it's possible, may I...
Exorcism? I can't say I'm an expert in the field, but if you don't mind, we could start by
Whoa, there's so many people here. All we knew was that Hu Tao invited Zhongli over. Paimon never thought we'd be meeting so many old friends. Happy Lantern Ride, everyone!
Likewise. Please take a seat.
Happy Lantern Ride! Are you having fun? Me too. I've seen Xinyan perform before, but this is the first time I've watched something like... I heard that the audience loved it too, and she's been receiving quite a lot of performance invitations lately. She's more busy than...
Yep, and they asked us to pass on their season's greetings to everyone. They hope we'll have a wonderful gathering.
The performance was spectacular indeed. However, it gave Xiangling a huge burst of inspiration.
Us? Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
That, my friend, is beside the point. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have burdened Chongyun with eating my share too.
Hold on. Xiangling came up with a new recipe? Let Paimon try! See? Someone here knows how to encourage people. Thanks. Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli too. He gave me lots of useful... Oh, so that's what you were talking about before we arrived.
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our conversation, Xiangling's ideas are truly unconventional. Her choices in both ingredients and spices are my suggestions were nothing more than the icing on the cake.
Oh, the two of you always deliver. Now I'm getting embarrassed. Anyway, I'll get everyone to have a taste after I've adjusted the recipe based on Mr.
That sounds like it might become a little...
How about I sample the dishes next time?
Speaking of eating, Paimon feels like we're missing some. Oh, Huta was the one who invited us, but she's not here. Oh, Guoba volunteered to help Dad at the restaurant. You know, lots of people come over to eat during Lantern Rite. Without Guoba helping out, I probably... As for Hutao...
The director went to collect a guest. She asked me to stay here and host you for the time being. Seems like it's almost time.
Huh? Hutao went to fetch someone in person? Oh, could it be... Kuching? Ninggu?
She didn't clarify. And as her subordinate, I couldn't just
Ta-da! We're here!
Кто?
We're not late to the party, right? Right? Good thing the Conqueror of Demons and I are both as swift as the wind. And whoosh, we made it just in time.
Ясно.
Oh, I see. So the important guest is the Conqueror of Demons. I've been looking forward to meeting you. The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. Gathered here with us tonight are not only young and accomplished, to convene here with all of you is indeed a great honor.
Побыстрее можно, нет? Сука. Ну, как всегда, звуки есть, на экран иди нахуй. А можно мне экран, блять? Ну-ка. А, с подлагами, ну, спасибо.
It's almost lantern right. Yet you took all the trouble coming here.
The director has a way of making it
Rex Lapis, may I ask what troubles you?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in preparation for the celebration.
Then why would you come all the way to Wangshu Inn?
I had a pleasant chat with Chef Yen Xiao and received some spices from him. And?
What about the sesame oil?
It's a shame. I couldn't find the kind...
Зачем эти загрузки? Какая это загрузка? Кто это загрузка?
I'm sure you're exaggerating, Zhang... Sir.
There he goes again. Enough with the pleasantries. Go let her. Everyone here today is well known in their own field and has probably heard about one another to some extent. Some of us are even old acquaintances. So I heard that the Conqueror of Demons and the Traveler are pretty close, no? Great. You two sit together.
You should take a seat too, Director.
Oh? Finally remembered me? When we arrived just now, the host at Shinue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing. Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring out the food. Paimon would have never guessed the person who Tao went to fetch was Xiao.
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler and Paimon being friends.
You know Xiao Chu?
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. You might not know this, Paimon, but we exorcists have worked in close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations. It's hard to imagine that thanks to Hu Tao, I've finally gotten the chance to meet him.
Likewise.
It is a great honor indeed to have a chance to meet the legendary Conqueror of Demons. Chang Yun has... I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the importance of exorcism.
We know each other too. He helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-off. I didn't think we'd have the chance to meet again.
No anecdote, however, compares to meeting you in person. I'm Xingqiu.
Whoa. Everyone's getting all formal and polite all of a sudden. Adeptus Xiao, mighty conqueror of demons. Please accept Paimon's greetings too. Belated happy... Paimon tried very hard to look for a fancy word, okay? Don't be too harsh on Paimon!
There's no need to be so polite.
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends after all. I didn't plan this gathering only for everyone to walk on eggshells. What's your true A little get-together between friends, sipping the finest tea and watching lanterns float into the sky. Bidding, and that is something our consultant would say. I think it deserves a...
Indeed. Exceptional acting skills, Director.
As for me, I'm just here to have fun and treat everyone to something. We all worked really hard this year. Whether traveling or cooking, helping with the family business, exorcising evil spirits, or... And of course, our consultant, who's been... Everyone has done some pretty... As the one who brought everyone together, it goes without saying... Huh? Sounds kinda self-important, but... Paimon thinks it's pretty amazing that she managed to talk Xiao into coming.
It wasn't as complicated as you think.
Да, склеивается с загрузкой, блин.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, boss lady.
It's not boss lady, just boss. And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of demons, Adeptus Shao. Guardian of Wangshu Inn, hero of Dihua Marsh. I know you're there.
Quiet. Do not disturb the peace.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell your name, would you?
I know you. You're the 77th director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Is there something you need?
Туда-сюда, туда-сюда, туда-сюда. Нагрузка на ПК просто.
That does sound like one of Hu Tao's antics.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that Hu Tao would stop pestering him?
There might be other reasons.
Smart guess. Huh? There's more to it? It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships with the Guardian Yakshas.
In the time of the Archon War, disputes were frequent, and disaster overtook the land. The Adepti vanquished the demons, the Millilith fought valiantly, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was responsible. That is how the border between life and death was maintained during the war. And
That's right. 1 point for the consultant. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually convince him. You know him pretty well, huh?
This matter is out of my control, so I need to be cautious.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why everyone here today. Besides, it'll only be for a short while as we dine together. There won't be any lasting consequences.
But I didn't expect there to be so many people.
There's no need to worry, Conqueror of Demons. We're not feeling any. Our young exorcist over here is protected by his pure yang energy. So he's.
That's not the same. And did you just toss your carrots into my bowl? Hey, don't...
Huh? What?
I'm siding with Chongyun. I saw that. Your lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their food. If he'd seen that...
Huh? Guoba would do that? Is he... But now that I think of it, Xiangling told...
it sounds like you've heard the rumor.
I'm doing fine. Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, I met an old... Thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before. You should know him. He's...
Отличный звук ветра, блять.
Seeds of story, brought by the wind.
Ясно.
And cultivated by time. Did Paima just unconsciously complete the thing? That voice. Could it be? If I'm not mistaken, there's someone knocking at the... don't just sit there, Zhongli. Go welcome our guest in. No such need. I'm coming in.
Знаете что? У нас ветер, блять.
You finally let me in. Hello, hello. No matter if we've met before or not, this moment marks a brand new encounter. Old friends and new. Happy... Oh, it's the tone-deaf bard.
Huh?
Oh, he seems to carry a valiant breeze wherever he goes. Fate has brought us together, so come on, take a seat and be my guest. This young lady here is as bright as a fresh bouquet of flowers in the morning's rising sun. Whoa, these dishes look amazing. Is it really okay for...
Huh, it's you.
Oh, isn't this Genyu? Genyu? Yup. Now that I've taken a closer look, I met Singcho at a light novel convention. How I wish we'd met sooner. I never expected that there'd be another person in this world who could interpret Genyu's.
Venti, you're being too humble. Considering your poetic talent, you're...
Could this new guest be Master Singcho's friend?
Yes, yes. Monsters become more active than usual as we get closer to Lantern Rite. I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few days ago, when I happened to run into this...
You've already forgotten? I'm a bard, and bards go around singing wherever they...
Oh, right. And this bard was performing in Dihua Marsh. It was a moving melody, and it made me feel relaxed and at ease.
Thank you for your patronage.
I understand now, too. I'm Zhongli, currently working at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And I'm his boss. Oh, and if there's anything unsettling...
That's very considerate of you.
Oh? No wonder. Only a boss as savvy and Oh, you're too nice, Venti. Not to brag, but our consultant truly is impressive. His knowledge extends across the stars and the land, and there's nothing throughout history that he doesn't know. From the sophisticated way he speaks, it's hard not to suspect that he could Shao, you're an adeptus. Do you think it might be
Sorry. I'm only good at conquering demons.
Really? But Paimon thinks you're super knowledgeable. Huh? Xiao's a warrior. He doesn't come to the city very often. Hurry. I've actually heard a few things about Mr. Zhang. The guests in the tavern talked about this refined and courteous man who, instead of having wine at Mondstadt's finest...
Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that there indeed... I've heard that he's elegant and amiable, his works witty and vibrant. It's no overstatement to regard him...
Now you're making me... I would say that Mondstadt's poetry is a little... There's one I heard a while back that went... The old house is renewed, welcoming the meaning's there, but the word choices are unimaginative, and there's a distinct lack of I think so too. The composition needs a little jazzing up. If I were to give it a go, I'd make it... An old melon on a vine, a new flower that grows fine. Oh, good one! It feels unique and has a nice ring to... You have great taste, Venti. I was right about you. What? Of course. Hey, Shincho. Mind lending me a few books when we get back? Pick out some well-written ones. I don't know if it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but I couldn't tell the difference.
I don't think it's your fault.
Changyun's right. It's not our fault.
Oh, you have a point. But speaking of, why is the tone-deaf bard here? I heard that Liua will be hosting a Lantern Rite music festival this year. As a musician myself, how could I possibly... Getting to know other musical styles is essential to sparking inspiration, don't you think? As for the Fontaine friend who hosted the festival, I saw him near Stone Gate the other day. The Iridescence tour has finally been held successfully for once, so I had to Don't think anything of it. By the way, I was watching as you entered Shinyue Kiosk, but no one seemed to know. Should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding, or that a certain someone deliberately ignored this?
Whenever Lantern Rite comes around, people are all busy watching the lanterns and strolling around the shops, and they might just go travel somewhere on The festival is in full swing and proceeding smoothly. And we're all gathered here to come together with all of you at the beginning of the year. In a moment like this, I propose we raise a glass together. In my case...
Very well said, Mr. Zhongli. That was now I'm getting a little self-conscious. I didn't cause you too much. We usually drink wine during occasions like this over in Mondstadt, But since Mr. Zhongli insists on drinking tea, you're welcome. As the host of this gathering, I hope everyone enjoys the food and drinks. Considering that everyone may have other matters to attend to later, sticking to... All of a sudden, they started proposing toasts. Should we?
What's with the urgency? Sure.
Have you two finished eating? It's always nice to have a breath of fresh air after a meal. Paimon will come too. Yeah? Okay then. Don't forget to come back.
Куда?
Let's depart.
Можно и черный экран? Спасибо.
Are you all right? It's hard to describe. It's not that. There were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat. Sometimes they would call up a few others for a drink. The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. Everything they say is straight from the heart, but this time... That's not what I meant. Or perhaps I should say Rex Lapis is really good at adapting to human life. And that's something I might never be able to do. That does no matter. I know my circumstance. Whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you, it feels... strangely... Yes. The parlor director went out of her way with the invitation, so it was difficult to turn her down. She told me that all the guests today would be acquainted with elemental power. And I knew, but I didn't expect the other guests to be... General Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise. Perhaps that's what I should do with what I'm feeling now. But I think he meant designing clothes for those around him. The clothes were intricately designed, but inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried. Rex Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few. The outfit he wears now was also designed by General Capisis himself. I never saw him wear this during the war. I didn't expect him to start wearing it later.
Oh, here you are. I'm not intruding, right?
You're not. What is...
Hu Tao saw that everyone's done eating and asked the Paimon got so anxious that you weren't back yet that she scarfed down her dessert without the usual slurping and munching. And to be honest, I was kind of worried too. You looked a little restless just now, and I thought you weren't used to the food here and was planning to head back to Wangshu Inn for something...
You're worrying too much. Why would I? Anyway, let's head back.
Please wait! There's another reason why I came looking for you. Here, take these. I brought them.
Almond tofu?
Yup. Since the Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Yan Xiao and I are not only competitive. I heard him say that the esteemed guest on the roof loves nothing more than a good plate of almond tofu. I'll be honest, before Hu Tao invited everyone, she secretly came looking for me, told me about... So I made a few servings of almond tofu for you guys in advance. Take them as a... When I told Guoba that I was making these for you, he started eagerly running around the kitchen and helping a lot too.
Thank you for the trouble. There was no need to... I'll take them. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, the almond tofu I made probably tastes and feels a little different from the type Yan Xiao cook.
Okay.
That's all. Alrighty, we should head back now. We can't keep You're finally done whispering secrets to each other? So much for promising Paimon you'll be back soon. How could you say that to Paimon? case, besides having no sense of time, Paimon will let you know what having your dessert is all Paimon's.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
No worries, we're all just chatting here. There's no whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
But even though we're all well acquainted by now, I think this festive gathering deserves.
Oh? Is this some local custom?
Nope. This is something I made up so that good luck will be on. Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refilling and lighting the incense. Lighting the incense will signify continuous growth and prosperity in.
I see. Perfect symbolism, as expected of. And speaking of the most distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhongli. I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds, but chatting with him has been a real eye. If knowledge were a form of power, one could even say.
But when it comes to having a way with words, the notable bard is certainly one cut above. I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an Since we all get to nominate someone. I think it's only fair that we let the parlor director light the incense.
Huh? That won't do. Don't flatter me, we are looking for the most distinguished guest here. Now that we've enjoyed this table full of delicacies, how about we let our one and...
Is this really the way this works?
It's not a big deal. Just look at her. Xiangling, the disciple of an adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of the Masterful Chef's competition. The only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant. A good old friend of mine. There's no better choice.
Why does Paimon feel like we're back at square one? Please stop! You're making me... If we're looking for a distinguished guest, surely the second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild counts. It's one of the largest commerce guilds in Liyue Harbor.
Huh? Don't get me involved in...
Oh, not a bad choice. With the Commerce Guild's young master lighting the incense, we're all...
That's not how it works. Making a fortune is indeed a fine wish. But it's of lesser importance, which means we should choose Chongyun, the skilled exorcist who keeps everyone's home safe.
Huh? Now you're nominating me? I can't be the one when we have the Conqueror of Demons right here. Adeptus Xiao has the most seniority among everyone here today.
I refuse. I am most certainly not the most distinguished guest here. You should all be able to make the right judgment based on your observations. One person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
Oh, that's right! Even though you're always mocking Paimon, you're still pretty popular with other people. No, wait! Paimon said she wouldn't talk to you again. Huh? Who else is there? Huh? Does that mean Paimon's the most distinguished guest? Oh, well, that was unexpected!
I agree. Paimon's just the... Without a friend constantly by your side, a long journey. But once you have someone there to brighten up the atmosphere, everything along the way...
Ah, the traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But with Paimon plays an indispensable role in making your journey a...
You guys! Paimon's not used to being praised like that. Those were genuine compliments, right? Thank you. You made Paimon wait for a long time, but Paimon's not mad anymore.
Don't take everything to heart, Paimon. Friends tease each other all the time.
That isn't...
That means Paimon is as important to the traveler as Guoba is.
Looks like we've come to an agreement. Any objections?
I trust the traveler's judgment.
Then Paimon it is. And now, the world's most excellent traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend, Paimon, will be refilling and lighting the incense for us. Here you go. Take the match and don't burn yourself. But if things go really... It's getting late. I won't take up any more of your time. You're all free to go as you please.
Yep, the tea was amazing too.
You don't have to go all polite on me. Just remember to come when I invite you next. Let's see. It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Changyun back home. As for the
No need. I'm headed towards the harbor to meet a friend on the ship. There's no need to trouble one such as me. I think you know the place I'm talking about. Come meet me anytime. It was great getting to know you all. Let's meet again when the spring breeze begins to blow.
Bye. Oh, we should write poetry together. We'll catch you all later then. Don't forget to return to the parlor later. There's something I need you to do.
Understood. See you later. Well then.
Rex Lapis.
Just Zhongli will do. I live as a mortal in Liu Harbor now. I am just one among many who begin work at sunrise and retire. If we were to consider status and seniority as Zhongli, I should be respectfully referring to you as...
Heaven forbid.
I meant what I said. I heard that during the Lantern Rite Music Festival, you conferred with Streetward Rambler and Cloud Retainer. The same truth will sound different coming from different people. As more bear witness to a story, feelings and interpretations expand. I once had a pleasant chat about the past and present with a Sumeru scholar named Soraya. From the evidence she found and the conclusion she made, her area of research is already... But there are multiple sides to humans. In the legends recorded by humans, some gods were depicted as arrogant, but whether to me, Streetward Rambler, Cloud Retainer, or younger adepti such as Xiao and Ganyu, this was as true back then as it is right now. Just how Xiao may seem unapproachable to most, but the Traveler has proved otherwise. So there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
I mean...
It looks like you understood what I meant. The director asked me to accompany you on your return. But I don't think you'll need my protection. After that, it'll be time for me to go back and meet up with the director.
Bye, Zhongli. Everyone's gone now. Paimon always feels a little empty inside when a lively celebration ends. But at least you always stay by Paimon's side. No. Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most distinguished travel guide, will always stay by your side, Traveler. Good that you were aware of that. Shell, is there anything else you want to do? We could take you on a tour of Liyue.
No need. I've stayed here for much longer than I had expected. The city lights are a fine sight. The events of today occurred so abruptly. I appreciate your kindness. Okay. I'll see you next time then.
Это все сюжетка, что ли, кончилась? Кончилась. Капец. По сути, можно это пройти. Наверное, все-таки отдельно сделаю. Сюжетка и сам ивент. Так что... Скорее всего, увидимся в следующей серии. И скорее всего быстро, потому что это я тоже буду записывать, наверное, в этот же день. Так что Увидимся скоро. Пока-пока.